because I like to say I've had so many different lives. Like I've had a gymnastics life, then I had a content life, and now it's like an entertainment. But like the overall like theme is I've always wanted to do entertainment. But it was really cool because my audience has changed over time, just naturally, like me going through different phases in my life. And I think the biggest audience that's always supported me right now has like been the gymnastics community.
Mm.
It's so cool because I think, a lot of athletes understand too, it's hard to break out of that like athletic mindset and always being seen as an athlete. And I have, a lot of respect for people in the industry, like almost like The Rock or people who are multifaceted. And I love those types of people because I've always, again, when I was younger, like people told me to stay in one lane. And I think when it comes to like my fans along this journey, like I started social media to kind of move away from gymnastics. I think, a lot of people can relate to me when you're done with a sport, you don't want to be tied to the sport anymore. I love it, but like I felt like the need to move on and for my own personal need. And so I started a TikTok, like not telling anyone. I didn't tell my friends, I didn't tell my family. And it was really cool to build an audience that really enjoyed like the acting part or like the music part. And so I feel like my audience right now has been really supportive with me in music and has been really friendly like along my journey. And so I couldn't be more happy for them. I mean, honestly, they've helped me to get to where I am today. So I'm like very thankful for them because again, if I wasn't, if they didn't help support my platform, then I probably wouldn't have met like the producers and songwriters and etc. All that stuff.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Cool. I feel like we already have like so much. This is great. But I kind of wanted to have an idea, like from you, kind of like like a final idea on
Hmm.
um who you're going to be, after this. You know what I mean? Because like I feel like
Yeah.
it's hard to. It's almost like in sports, like when there's like you win one thing or like you participate to like one tournament or whatever, and then after that you kind of like have to figure out like you know
100%.
who you are, where you're going to be, like where your next goals and all that type of stuff. Now with you being like here now, and with obviously everybody knows how much it takes to be like to be a successful digital person. You know what I mean, and an
Hmm.
artist and an entertainer. um I guess the question would be, who do you want to be, in the future? How do you
Yeah.
see yourself like keep making content and keep like creating things and keep like while still being, who you are, right?
I want to not overthink. That is what I want to be. I'm not, it's funny because I'm like not normally an overthinker, but recently again, like when you're in a new space, you're kind of lost. So I hope to just be more confident and go with my intuition, like along this journey. Just go, put my foot down, go with my intuition, and be more confident that like I'm enough, and I don't have to like be somebody. I don't have to like look a certain way. And that's kind of like what I hope for the future. I'm constantly reminding myself it's a game and an industry that goes up and down. And so, in order for me to stay afloat is like I got to remember that like I am genuinely enough, and I will work hard, and I will, enjoy those opportunities when they come. And I think that I've just been a lot more grateful. So I want to be more grateful and more with even keel, like again,
Mhm.
not overthink and
Yeah.
just enjoy the process.
Yeah, I love that. Let me close with this actually, because I just to make it full circle, because we started off with your journey in athletics and
Hmm.
bullying and all that type of thing, and you kind of like obviously taking all that into greater heights. How do you feel about body image and bullying and the state of things and affairs in gymnastics and sports today?
Yeah.
There's a lot. I feel like a lot has changed, and a lot has like the
Yes.
perception of body image and like the perception of what a good athlete is and all that. Like, how do you see things, today?
It's definitely changed a lot for the better, and it's awesome because, I think people are just as talented with who they are, and you don't have to like look a certain way, and you don't have to like be a certain way. I will say though, with social media, like I have younger cousins, they're consistently worrying about how they look like and stuff.
Mm,
And what I also hope for like my music career is that I can kind of inspire like especially the younger generation that like you are enough, and it's okay if like if you want to change it up a little bit, like obviously go ahead. But I can also, I find myself consumed with social media sometimes and like body image, and maybe if I look that way, like it would be better and all that stuff. And so I know that it can be very dangerous, like comparing yourself at such a young age. And I just hope that I can help like guide somebody if they feel lost in that way. Because it's hard. Like I have a lot of younger cousins, and I always think of them when I write my music too, because they look up to people on those platforms, and they look up to people who are celebrities and all that stuff. And so it's changed a lot for the better, but I also know that it's changed in a different way now.
Mhm.
And so it's just kind of learning how to navigate through the system.
Yeah.